When you leave here, leave that hat for Regis.
Well, thank you. It's a whole outfit. I look like a Jewish kind of Western. I look like the accountant for the rodeo.
Yes, that's very good. And that's right, on Monday, Regis returns. That's right. David Arquette will be here, and also Leanne Rhymes.
Wow.
Yes, big, big show.
I will not.
You will not?
But I'm here for the rest of the show.
You're here for the rest of the show.
Okay.
And then I go on maternity leave, so I'm sure you'll be back.
Okay.
In the role of me.
And we have somebody who's back right now.
That's right, and he's getting rave reviews, starring in one of the most critically acclaimed new shows of the season from Boomtown. Here's Donnie Wahlberg. Yes.
I'm not Regis.
That's not Regis.
No.
Yes, I am. I just
dresses like Regis.
It's Regis wearing a Howie Mandel suit. What do you think?
Right.
I look different in person. It's the whole Halloween thing.
Right.
Good. Well, congratulations. First of all, you're getting rave reviews. The show, like, it's a hit. You're on a hit.
Yeah. Good reviews. They are hard to come by, at least in my previous career. So it's fun to get them
What?
out.
New Kids on the Block didn't get good reviews?
You know, I have to say this to you, because I wasn't going to bring it up, and then Alyssa said, oh, bring it up, bring it up. You started it all. Like, your group started every group. And, you know...
Kind of, sort of, I guess. You could say that.
You think? I think definitely.
Well,
because that was the first group of guys.
Yeah. You were the very first.
Yep.
Nobody ever thought of singing before and dancing, and then they saw New Kids on the Block, and they started the whole music scene.
Regis started all these game shows with the reality
with the
game
dark
show
lighting
things.
and people screaming at each other.
But you started in acting, right? Even before New Kids, you were an actor.
Well, in my freshman year in high school, I started both. I went to a public school in Boston, which fortunately enough had a theater program. So I started in the theater program in school, and I started the band outside of school, and so I would do plays on Friday and concerts at birthday parties or prisons or bar rooms or wherever we could get a gig.
Did you ever get confused?
Prisons, yeah.
Am I at a prison and am I at a birthday party? You ever confuse those two?
You know what? Prisons were actually better than birthday parties.
Really?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they were. Because the inmates, you know, they would always be surprised
a captive audience.
by us. Yeah, well, yeah, it was a... Well, we used to smuggle cigarettes into the prisons and throw them out to the inmates. And
Is that true?
Yeah, so instead of being like food for these guys or...
Now, you wouldn't smuggle cigarettes
to
the kids at the birthday parties, would you?
No. We wouldn't do that.
Now, you come from a very large family. You've 9 kids in your family.
Yeah.
And I know your brother Mark has been here. Are you the only 2 actors in the family, or what?
No, I have a brother Bob who's just older than me, who's acting as well. He's actually in a film. He does a small part in the film with your other guest today, Jake.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he's in that film. He does a small part there.
The secretary.
I don't know what he plays
that's Maggie.
in it.
Moonlight
No, I know. The movie is called. What's the movie called?
No, the movie.
Moonlight Mile.
Oh, I thought it. Okay, I'm wrong.
Get
I
your
keep
mind
thinking
out
of
of his sister's movie. His sister's movie.
Go ahead.
But you have 2 children yourself.
You
Do
guys
you
are
think you're going to have? Because you come from such a big family, do you think you'll have more than the 2 kids you have, or what?
No. And congratulations to you, by the way.
No
not
more
that I can
kids
see
on your
it. Not
block?
that I can see
Right. Do you think I look fat in this outfit?
You look great. I know you're size 0. You can't get any better. No, 2 is good for me. I'm all set. My wife and I had one 9 years ago, and I think around the age of 7, when my son Xavier turned 7, we forgot the process, and so we got
how to have another one.
Of what it's like waking up at 2 in the morning and 5 in the morning.
Oh, it took 7 years to get it out of your mind?
We forgot, because my son was so good.
Are you nursing?
No. It's the hat, isn't it? It's the hat.
What it is.
So we got crazy. We had another one, and it's been great. But I think that's good.
Did you go through the whole thing? Did you go were you in the room?
Absolutely, yeah, both
and did
times.
you help? Were you like a coach?
Yeah, sure.
You really were?
What's that?
But you didn't go down there and catch, right?
I was there. No, the second time it was amazing because my wife and I were in the hospital, and the doctor came and she said, "Okay, you ready to have a baby?" And we were like, "Yeah, but last time we did all this other stuff," and she was like, no, let's just start pushing, and we just started pushing, and I was like right there. She said, "Okay, you hold your wife's leg," and so I'm holding her leg, and I'm like looking down, and I promised myself...
I held my wife's hand. Are you dyslexic?
I don't know, maybe
I'll hold your foot, honey. Go ahead, push.
I think they're understaffed at this hospital, is what it was. But it was myself, the doctor, and what do they call it, the scrub tech, or the woman who's in there?
The one that's in there? It's
that
called...
woman whose job you
The
took
coach
over.
lady,
The coach.
Yes.
thing. So I just held her leg, and I promised myself after the first one I would not look down there.
And you
I
did,
would
did you?
No, I had
again?
to peek. I peeked. I took a
That's
little
why
peek.
it took you so many years to have the second
Exactly.
Because you peeked the first time, and then you had a different perspective of what happens.
I did take a peek, and I saw his little head pop out, and I was like, oh.
Isn't that funny? Doesn't that look like a really bad puppet show? You just see that. Anyway,
that's a good way to describe it.
Let's talk about Boomtown now.
Yeah.
This role was written for
Thank you.
after they. I can't anymore. I'm turning into Regis. Did you see how squeamish I got? I was like, I can't talk about things like heads popping out. Your role was written for you after they saw you in Band of Brothers?
Yeah, well,
it's the same, isn't it the same people?
One of the writers on Band of Brothers is a man named Graham Yost, and he wrote the episode that I was featured in Band of Brothers, and we got to work together on that, and based on the relationship that we built there, he decided to write a show, and he built it around a character that he created for me.
I don't think a show has ever been done like this, because it's a crime drama.
Right.
And it gives the perspective from many different views, right?
But it's not just the crime that we see from different points of view. It's also just a regular conversation. Sometimes, you know, people will sit down and have a chat, and I'll go my way and think that the chat meant this, and you'll go your way and think the chat meant something else. And, we see that.
Show to see that.
Yeah.
Is that evident in this clip?
Yeah. Well,
This is
your
just
character.
a little bit of acting in the clip.
You
it's not
pay-
really
setup.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of this is you're investigating whether a murder was heard over one of those telemarketing guys.
Yeah, but you're trying to figure out if it's a hoax or not.
Right.
Okay.
Watch this.
It's no hoax. Control, it's Detective Joel Stevens. We have a 187 at 1015 Bendix Avenue.
Detective Robert Smith, that's right. You just have her call me as soon as she gets in. I just need to speak with her. All right, thanks. She's not working this morning.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you left your name.
Why?
That's not exactly the kind of call that I want to make. Vanessa Griggs, your husband is dead. If that's not enough to ruin your day, it looks like he was killed by the husband of some woman named Laura that he was nailing.
Oh, my.
That's on Sundays, 10 p.m. on NBC, right?
Congratulations. Great to have you. Don't go away. We've got the Black Widow, Jeanette Lee,